24 minutes to 10. Credit Bank PLC is licensed and operated by and regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya. Licensed and in operation in Kenya since 1986. All those many years. Now, they have many solutions, and now we're talking about one solution for the diaspora, where fintech innovations are making remittances cheaper and faster. Jean Karienye, the head of digitization and digital products at the bank, is our guest. Let's talk about regulation. And that's why I started by saying regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya because you're licensed in Kenya. Now, if you're operating in all these other countries and those other jurisdictions, do you need to comply with those jurisdictions and regulations in those countries?
Yes. The simple answer is yes.
How so then? How do you do it?
So what we've done as Credit Bank, through different integrations, we've ensured that our technical systems are able to integrate to the different touch points that allow us to validate the data that you're giving us. So remember, when you're doing account opening, there's specific information that you require to give us. So we are able to validate according to the regulation abroad as well as local, and ensure that we keep up to the standards that are required. That's number one. Number two, we have a very robust and efficient compliance team. And their job is basically to ensure that we are always updated with new regulations, both abroad and locally. And once they get these new regulations, they work with the digital and the ICT team to ensure that we can plug this into the checks that we are doing.
Have you encountered any challenges?
So far, no.
In compliance? Like, do you need to register with the authorities in each of the countries where you're partnering with others?
So I'll answer that question differently. We are regulated here.
Yes.
Locally. But for us to be able to facilitate remittance from there, we are working with a regulated entity. So it's not necessarily Credit Bank, but we are working with a regulated entity there that can provide the capability to remit the funds.
And that's your partner?
Yes, our remittance partners.
In those countries?
Yes.
That means you're not in all countries?
So what we've done is we've partnered with one that provides access to as many countries as possible. Yes. So we don't have to be physically there, but because of this particular partnership and integration, you can access this Nyumbani diaspora account, or you can remit to this from, actually they are in more than 165 countries currently. Yeah.
Okay. Can you have more than one person on your account? And it's a question that we've seen coming in. So can you have a secondary signatory on your account as an account holder who's based in Kenya? If you're out there, can you have somebody else who acts maybe as an agent on your account locally? And would you even need that?
The question here would be, is this person basically accessing your account using your login credentials, or is it a joint account?
Yeah.
So remember, it's a personal current account.
Okay.
So you wouldn't need an agent locally. How we've designed this particular account or this solution is you have access to it wherever you are. As soon as the account is opened, you have access to the digital channel. So you wouldn't need anyone locally coming to transact on your behalf. Internet banking provides you the capability to make any of the payments that you would require. You have access to the statements. You have a dedicated relationship manager that can guide and provide even advisory conversations when it comes to investment conversations. So you wouldn't need someone else transacting on your behalf. The same way, if you are here, you wouldn't need me to go to the bank on your behalf to probably initiate a transaction. You already have this on your phone or on your laptop. Yeah.
You know, I can see where that question is coming from. And maybe it's an issue of just transparency and accountability. So this person in the diaspora is running a project in Kenya, or is supporting school fees payment in Kenya. But then they don't want to have this issue of they've put money into their Nyumbani diaspora account and then transferred it into this other person's account so that, you can pay fundis, because you're dealing with a daily lipa fundi, this is nunua kokoto, lipa mtu ya lori and all those. So you want your local person here to just be going into the account and withdrawing the money to make the payments as you're busy, maybe time difference and all those things. And you will then be able to see, because you have the statements, you'll be able to see what is happening to the money. So you're basically having some control of the expenditures and questions and your accounting purposes. I can see that may be where the person is asking, can I have somebody else also operating this account? I've put money from where I am, and they're withdrawing the money from back home, and I can see.
That they're doing this.
Tulisema utoe 10,000.
Ulitoa 20.
Unatoa 20 kwa nini umelipa nani?
So Eric, if you think about it,
Yeah.
in the digital age today, why will you need to withdraw physical cash to go and make payments?
Hata kama ni kulipa kwa hiyo M-Pesa.
Yeah. It's a question. It's a question. So what we've done
You could have money in your pocket.
in your pocket, but this is the secondary person that you're entrusting
Yes.
to go and make these payments for you. But what we're saying is with the Nyumbani diaspora account, kama ni fundi analipwa on his mobile wallet, you're able to do that.
Yeah. But the time difference. I'm in Australia.
And it's already tomorrow.
This guy is trying to reach me because I'm a deliver nini kokoto hapo. I am asleep. He thinks it's midday everywhere. He wants to be paid now. So I want my local guy to be able to pay now when the now happens there.
So what you can do and what we've facilitated is you can instruct the bank. You can instruct the bank to make a certain payment. However, our channels do come with a capability of scheduling payments.
I see.
So if you are used to planning ahead and you know there are certain payments that need to go out, let's say on Friday, you can make these scheduled payments off our internet banking. So for the abrupt ones or the emergency ones, you can always instruct the bank to do the payment on your behalf.
Do you know what is actually strange? Everything you're saying makes so much sense and it makes life so much simple. But what you're fighting here is the tyranny of habit. Yes. I'm used to my person whom I send. And the very thing you've said, the bank can do that. No, but I want to send him to the bank.
To the bank.
Okay.
So at that point you can appoint legally and officially. You can tell the bank that I would like CT to be able to come to the bank. These are his details and he should be able to access certain amounts. But you will do that through the bank, not through the channel. So we wouldn't be the ones to onboard you on the channel. You as the agent, but you're able to access.
Who's going to authorize the bank to...
So me as the Kenyan in the diaspora, there's a process I would need to follow with the bank, and I would be able to appoint someone who will physically visit the branch to access these funds. So there's a legal process that we can follow for that.
You know, even we are in the digital age, but, you know, we haven't fully been weaned out of these processes where I need to see someone, I need to talk to them, I need to send them. It's taking a bit of time. Yes. Because something like M-Pesa, I know it took me something around 5 years for me to understand that this thing actually works.
You don't have to actually see the cash for it to be there.
No. First of all, that the money is actually safe.
In this thing.
Yes.
But how is your trust so far on the digital age?
It's actually really good, especially when they brought in this thing where I can see the name of the person I'm sending to. You have no idea the number of people I sent money to and I didn't know.
So you're able to validate that before?
Yes, so I'm saying technology is good. I appreciate it, but I also understand there's certain needs we have that technology can't quite fulfill, and we are not willing to change. That's really what I'm saying. But the solutions you provide make a heck of a lot of sense, especially if I know that there's a schedule to these things. This scheduling, first of all, that's something which I've actually appreciated. So I don't have to be worrying at every week.
Yeah.
There's a schedule. So even if you call me and tell me, the schedule is, you go on this day.
Payments are made on Friday.
Yeah, so you go on Friday. You know, Melissa, I don't have
And
to
even
stress
if
my
you
head.
don't go,
It'll
there's a
come to
way
you.
you can schedule it on the system, and on Friday at 8 a.m.
You will get paid.
Yes, the money will be disbursed.
So that doesn't, I think it kind of then leans on the trust issue. So then how are you able to guarantee that, customers can then trust and say, really, if I'm wherever I am on the planet, that, your money is safe and that it will do what it is meant to do?
Yeah.
Because when it's just often been the habit that diaspora money transactions is synonymous with, like you said, air afterwards, right? But then how then are you able to set in those safeguards, guarantees that folks who put their money in will have their money when they come to look for it?
And that's a very interesting question. It's a very nice question. And I think the one word I would use is transparency. So from the minute you onboard on this account, you're able to log in through the channels. If you've done the remittance, you're able to see that the money I actually remitted, ndio hii hapa. Yeah. And then when you're doing the transactions, because we integrated to all these other channels, the mobile monies and all the other banks, you're able to actually validate that I was paying CT or I was paying Eric the validation is there. You're able to confirm and reconcile that I've actually done the transaction I wanted to do. You have the e-monthly statements, so you're able to also reconcile how much money is going out, how much money is coming in. Yes. So the bank is there. It's an open book. Your account is an open book, basically. So that builds a lot of trust when it comes to this customer. And then again, we've listened to the cry of the expensive remittance. So we've worked to ensure that we keep it at a minimum of 5%. That also goes a long way into ensuring our customers can trust this particular product.
How do you explain the 5%? Why 5? Why not 2?
So we looked at which aspects or which partner can allow us to get to that 5%. And then there are a lot of things to consider. Remember, we are not there physically, so we have to partner with someone. And he also has the costs that he needs to consider. So we looked for a partner who was willing to sit down with us and understand what our mission and our vision towards providing this particular solution was. And we got to an understanding of 5% would allow them to be able to conduct the business that they're doing while still allowing the Kenyan in the diaspora to remit their funds back home so that the funds can do what they were intended to do.
I didn't see one of the benefits. Monthly charges for operating the account? 0.
No.
None at all.
None.
So the only time I am charged is at the point of transaction.
Yes.
Charged per transaction. And the transaction here would be now the transfers.
Yes.
Depositing money into this account, that's where the up to 5% comes in.
Yes.
Within the account, if I have other accounts within the bank,
We don't charge you for that.
and if I'm now sending out of this account to, say, mobile money or to other non-credit bank accounts,
Now the charges apply, depending on where you're sending the funds to.
the local charges.
Yes,
though.
the local
As long as
charges.
it's local banks, it's local charges apply.
Yes.
I get it.
You know, there's something to be said, though, about ease of doing business. But the greater challenge is not the ease of doing business, but understanding how that ease applies to me. Because the principle can be out there, and it makes a heck of a lot of sense. Okay, let me explain to you where I'm going to, and then I'll ask you the question. I'm working in the Middle East, okay? I have children whom I'm paying school fees for. Many of them are my relatives, okay?
You have children who many are your relatives? Okay, I'm sorry. Please.
Yes, my own children are not my relatives. They are my children.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. English is, as we know, is not our,
Don't even
you know
care.
what, yes.
I'm good.
But I have your number, by the way.
Thanks.
Yes. So, I want to ensure that all the business that I need to do at home is done through this account.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, walk me through the process of how it is. I started with the fees. There's the fees I need to be paying. Okay?
Septal.
Definitely. Kuna mambo ya hospitali, kuna mtu I have to pay regularly because anaendaka dialysis. Okay? Kuna nyumba.
Kamjengo.
Yes. Okay? Ile ya kwanza nilimaliza, it was okay. I want to build a second one. Okay?
Please go on.
No, you know, I'm watching you. Okay?
Let's deal with those 3.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eric. Yes, please. Yes.
So I walk you through
Yes, please.
how you would be able to.
Yes.
access them. Okay. Are we assuming you already have the Nyumbani diaspora account?
Yes.
Yes.
Opened.
We're starting
it's
from
funded.
I have it, and I'm
Okay.
working where I've told you.
Okay.
There's money.
In the Middle East.
the Middle
Okay.
East, yes.
Okay.
So you would log into your Nyumbani diaspora account through internet banking, for example. And then from internet banking, depending on who you're paying at that point, if it's for school fees, you have the details of the recipient, of the school that needs to receive the funds. So whether it's a pay bill or whether you need to transfer the money to the school's bank, you would log into internet banking, you go to bank transfers, put the details of the recipient, as well as your children's identification at the school, and make the payment. That happens in real time. Yeah. If you're paying for medical, I believe hospitals today have a business mobile wallet option. So you're paying to a pay bill. You would be able to log into internet banking, navigate to the section of doing mobile money transfers, and you'll be able to pay to that particular hospital, depending on the details that you've been given to use to pay. And in real time, the confirmation comes back to the system and you're able to see confirmed. This money has been paid. You can see the deductions in the account.
Jean, you skipped a critical part
Which is?
where CT is paid in the Middle East into a Middle Eastern account.
So I skipped the remitting part.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's start from there.
Okay. So you've been paid your salary for your month. What you would need to do is now remit funds into your Nyumbani diaspora account. And we have different touch points that we have for the customer with our partner today. You can either visit a physical Ria Money store agent, or you can log into their app, or you can go to their website. And at the point of remitting the funds, you choose the destination as your Nyumbani diaspora bank account.
Okay.
Yes.
So wait. So which country are you in the Middle East?
There's one called Abu Dhabi, I think.
Of a country called Abu Dhabi, yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise known as the UAE, but okay.
So he's in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and the money is in an account, in an Abu Dhabian account. So you're saying he has to go physically to that bank?
He doesn't have to physically go. I believe he may have access to his bank account.
His bank account,
Yes.
all right?
Yes.
So go into your bank account with that Abu Dhabian, and then
And then remit the funds through, so it depends. It depends with whether this bank is integrated to Ria Money.
Okay.
Yeah? If they're not, he would either physically have to onboard the funds, either use his debit card or his card with his bank,
Yep.
and go into the app for Ria Money, or visit a physical store for Ria Money, or go to the website. So if you have physical cash, you go to the physical store.
Okay.
If it's a card, you log into the app, you've already onboarded your card on it, and you're putting the details of where you want to remit to. The beneficiary at this point, you would put your Nyumbani diaspora account for Credit Bank, and that money would move.
how long does it take
It's instant.
across the globe?
So you are remitting.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's instant. Wherever you are, as long as you're just moving from this to that, it credits immediately. And then immediately now he's able to pay school fees or pay hospital or send mobile money and so on and so
Yes.
forth. And the only cost was from that moment of Ria Money into Nyumbani diaspora accounts
To have an average of 5%.
to an average of 5%. The rest then is
Now, the different transactions that he's doing. So if
Yeah.
you're paying to a mobile wallet, the M-Pesa
Charges, yeah,
or
okay.
Airtel Money, yes. So if you're paying to another bank, whether we are routing through PesaLink, those charges would apply.
How do you see this impacting diaspora? First of all, just their confidence in financial transactions, and number two, diaspora remittances into Kenya.
Okay, interesting question. So number one, because of the ease of use and onboarding for this account, we see that there should be an increase in uptake for this particular account, and this should encourage more remittances to be sent back home, because we've catered for the aspect of ease of onboarding and affordable remittance. So more and more Kenyans who are onboarded for this account should be able to send much more when they need to. Then when it comes to the economic, probably, if you're sending money for investment, these are opportunities that might be created locally in terms of jobs. You're improving the livelihoods of your relatives or your family back home. Yeah.
Okay. What does it do for those who may not be working? I ask this because sometimes we have folks who are doing just business or students
Abroad.
Does it work in the same way for them, or what benefits or advantages would they have to be able to use this?
Okay, so and that's the reverse of this particular item. So if you're not working or you're a student, first of all, you have to be a Kenyan above 18 years to qualify for this account. So if you're already eligible, if you have met those two standards, so you can open the account. But at this point, it means that someone from here is the one sending money to you in this account. So we would be able to facilitate the credit to this account, but they would need a cash out agent on that side.
What is that?
So they would need to be able to access the funds.
Okay, so it
To
could be a
withdraw.
bank, or it could be like a...
So the fact that you have
Remember,
the
you have a
account
Visa
and it's
card as
funded,
well.
Yeah, you have a card, yeah.
Yes,
so
but
you can
the-
go to a cash point, ne?
you can go to a cash point, but this card is attached to the account. So we are
Okay.
looking at a student. Yes, so we could give them the card that is attached to this particular account, and the account is funded, and they are able to swipe this card when they are in the diaspora. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Makes it also very, very good for such as well. So what are we calling that? Reverse remittance? Outflows.
Outbound. That's outbound.
Of money. Why did... Okay, not why. Why is clear. How long did it take you to develop this product?
A couple of months.
What are the challenges that you encountered in developing this?
I think the biggest challenge was ensuring we could provide a one-stop solution, not a disjointed experience for the customer. So yes, you have the account. Have we thought about why you need to remit funds back home? So we needed to plug that in. So just providing the account was not enough. So we've catered for the ease of onboarding and ensured that you can digitally open this account from wherever you are. We've catered for the cost aspect, meaning that it's very affordable for you to remit back home. And then now we looked into the why Kenyans in the diaspora are sending money back home. And then hence we added the investment options into this particular product, as well as bundling up all the other benefits that Ndu here has mentioned.
So what did you do? Did you do focus groups to get to understand what the needs are?
Yes.
How did you get to actually understand these are the needs?
These are the needs
of the customer.
So looking at this setup here, I'm sure we know a friend or a relative who's abroad today. One person at least. And every other day when you're talking, you can get to ask them, but then how do you send money back home to your mom? What is the pain point today? And then, of course, even reading and researching on the statistics, you have complaints of people who it's too expensive for them to send money to their mom. Or once they send this money, it's not accessible. So, yes, we did have focus groups. We did have surveys. Everyone spoke to 3 to 5 people just to get to understand what is the challenge that they're facing on that particular day.
Final question, security.
Security.
You said it's a very secure platform.
Your money is safe.
Secure.
So we've really invested in technology when it comes to security. The same way you trust us here locally, the same account this new account is also embedded on that security that we have at the bank. So things like ensuring that we are able to validate or authenticate who is logging into the channel to access these funds, that's already catered for. The partner that we've partnered with in terms of remittance, that's someone we've authenticated, we've validated, and we are sure they are regulated in their space. So we are able to facilitate the transactions from that aspect.
Great. Once again, the URL is www.creditbank.co.ke.
Yes.
Just go in there, go to current accounts.
Personal account. Under current, you will see Nyumbani Diaspora account.
Nyumbani Diaspora account.
Or you can email us.
Follow instructions, easy to open, and you can have conversations with Credit Bank. Jean Karienye, Head of Digitization and Digital Products at Credit Bank, has been our guest. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to Kenya's biggest conversation today. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing, from 6 a.m. It's now 10 o'clock.